Hello everyone, my name is Sabby, and I am traveling with my child, Sarah Effexor. Join us as we travel on a cross-country journey through Canada and the US. Please join us as my child and I go on a grand adventure of dog sledding in Canmore, Alberta. And I meet some cute wolf dogs in Calgary, Alberta. I was super excited about this day. I normally don't plan what I do in a location until the day of, unless it's something on my bucket list. In this case, dog sledding has been on my bucket list for a very long time. I scheduled an appointment in advance to join a dog sledding adventure. Unfortunately, my child could not come since most of the dogs have never seen a cat before, but I prepared for my mom to babysit via the Ring camera and have the heater on while I was gone. When I left Banff, I found a hardware store in Canmore to fill my propane tank since I was running out again and I needed it for my child later. It was a nice quick fill up before I found parking at a Save On Foods parking lot that was free during the day. I quickly got dressed in 3 layers of clothing since I would be out in the snow all day and walked about 10 minutes to the meetup point. I would be joining the Snowy Owl Sled Dogs tour for the next 2 hours for a dog sledding adventure. I would be doing the Powderhound Express tour at 1 p.m. for $315 Canadian. I checked in early at 2:15 p.m. to get all the paperwork signed before we took a bus to where we would meet the dogs. The bus ride was maybe 20 minutes, and the ride is quite winding, so if you get car sick, I would sit in the very front. We made our way to Spray Valley Provincial Park, where we got to meet our team. I was only a single rider, so fortunately and unfortunately, I had a driver. It was nice being a passenger princess, but I always wanted to drive the sled, so I will need to do that next time. I had a nice driver from Australia, which was quite interesting how he ended up all the way in Canada. He was also planning on going on an RV adventure in the US with his wife and friends, which was great to hear. Now to the stars of the day, the dog sledding team. They were all just so cute. I got to give a good amount of them rubs, and I really loved the dogs on my team as well.
Oh, you got my glove, yeah. You got my glove. You want to see it? Yeah, boop the snoot. You guys are so precious. Huh, who's your precious pup? Who's your glove? Yeah, you like gloves. Oh, we gotta go up. Can I have my glove back, please? No? Okay, I let go. No! Okay, I let go. Oops, I dropped that. You got it.
A lot of them were either full husky or part, so there was a lot of talking happening, which was hilarious. Even with all my layers and hot hands to keep me warm, I was freezing, but it was so worth the experience.
Yep.
We were riding with the dogs for about 10 kilometers, and just to warn you, the dogs do go to the bathroom while they are running. It's quite a skill. I wanted to mention that the Snowy Owl Sled Dog Tours does offer adoptions for their retired dogs. If you're interested in the amazing pups they have to offer, you can visit them on their website.
Yep.
After our run, we said goodbye to the puppies before we took the bus back down. I was completely frozen by then, so thawing in the bus was very nice. When I got back to my van, my mom was still watching my child, who was just resting in my chair and was nice and toasty. I was so hungry, I made some lunch before taking a nap myself from the long day. When I woke up, I got some supplies at the grocery store before looking for a place to camp. Again, I really need to look for campsites during the day than at night. I went to 3 different places before I settled at Gap Lake. I was trying to avoid day use areas, but I pulled in so late I didn't see the sign. There were a few people ice fishing out there, so I thought it was fine to camp. It was another beautiful night, even though it was a bit foggier today. I made a good dinner and spent some more time outside enjoying the views before we called it a night. In the morning, I had a rude awakening to someone knocking on my window. I wasn't going to open the door, but they said police, so I opened the curtain and saw the conservation officers. It was not a good sign. He let me know I wasn't allowed to camp here because it was a day use area. He felt bad for me because I'm a stupid American who decided to travel in an RV during the winter when almost no campsites are open. He let me know that there was a casino near Calgary I could camp at and gave me a warning. He was super nice, but let me know they did this to protect wildlife, which was totally understandable. If I failed to follow the rules again, I would get a ticket next time. I asked him some more questions and he was super helpful. He ended up giving me my warning, and now that I was up, I packed up my stuff and headed out to my next stop in Calgary. I had another appointment coming up in a couple of days that I was also excited about. Getting to Calgary from Canmore wasn't too bad, even though it was a bit windy. I have been going full speed for a few days now, so I decided to take a break for the first couple of days in Calgary. I was able to find a place to camp at South Center Mall, which has RV parking and will give you a sticker to display in order to stay for a couple of days. You just need to go to the security station in the mall. I did not need to pay anything if I only stayed for 2 days. I also went to Planet Fitness to work out and take a shower since it's been a while since Kamloops. My child and I got a nice little rest, but on the 3rd day, I had an appointment to see wolf dogs, which were also on my bucket list. We were heading to Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary in Cochrane outside of Calgary. Unfortunately, my child would not be able to participate in this activity because the wolf dogs would look at my child like she's a little chicken nugget. So I got permission to keep her in the RV in the parking lot, and I kept the heater on for her. Since this activity was mostly outside, I wore 3 layers again and avoided wearing any dangly items that may be tempting for the wolf dogs to play with. I scheduled the wolf dog interactive tour at 2 p.m. for about an hour for 89 Canadian dollars. You also get access to explore the rest of the sanctuary before or after. It was really nice learning about how the Wolfdog Sanctuary was founded and their efforts to rescue wolf dogs and give them a safe space to live. While there are quite a few sanctuaries for wolves, wolf dogs need to be cared for differently, and they also vary in how much wolf they have genetically. We learned a lot about them in one of the kennels that had wolf dogs that are used to visitors. They do like playing and stealing gloves, so they warned us to be careful since it's a fun thing to play with. We were able to give them treats and pets if they were willing to approach. Fun fact, the amount of wolf content present in wolf dogs is classified as low, mid, and high content. Low content is 20 to 49%, mid content is 50 to 79%, and high content is 80 to over 95%.
asking calm behavior again, 4 paws on the floor. They do know how to sit. And for Nova here, and possibly Rue if she comes up, she usually comes up once I start passing out treats, but yeah, only if she's hungry. You guys can toss treats out, just low underhand tosses, and they'll come up about that close. But yeah, any questions about that?
We went into another kennel with wolf dogs, which were high content wolf dogs, which means they were mainly wolf. It was a lot of fun being able to go on this tour and walk the rest of the grounds that had many other wolf dogs. I was able to give them snacks and won pets when they walked by. I highly recommend visiting and learning about the rescue if you have the chance. It was a really great experience being there. After the tour and walking around, I went back to the RV to see my child sleeping in my spot again. She is just so cute and precious. We headed back to Calgary, and the next place I decided to camp for the night was at a Walmart north of Calgary. I asked for permission and they let me know I could park in the lot away from the building. I also got some really good Korean food at Bakjang Korean Barbecue House. I had the kimchi jjigae, which is a tofu and pork soup that was super delicious. I even went back again for lunch the next day. I picked up the food for dinner since it was Valentine's Day today and it was very packed. And then we had dessert before going to bed. The next day we would be leaving to Edmonton, so I went to Planet Fitness to work out and take a shower before getting lunch at the Korean Barbecue House. I enjoyed my time in Calgary, even though I rested for a lot of it, but it was a very nice city and I loved the food. I want to thank you all for watching this video. My child and I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please show your support by liking or commenting on this video. If you want to continue to join us on our RV winter adventure, please subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, as I will be uploading every Wednesday and Friday.